Hello YouTube, we're going to make another spear point. This is an ice chopper, same as a garden hoe, they just don't bend it. It does. Just about 5 hours in the hot vinegar. It's starting to flash rust this morning. Hey, we got some stuff in there, but we're probably going to weld this shut. We haven't decided, it depends on what kind of handle we can come up with. I'm doing this for my neighbor. Well, we're going to make a bigger point when I put on my stuff. I can show you my little comparison here. It's not going to be like that. It's going to probably be about, go out maybe about an inch from here and all the way down. So it's going to be a long one. And then we've got another garden hoe that I might remake my other stick and make a bigger, longer one. This is alright for what it's for, but I'd rather have a longer one. But this I sharpen it. You can chop a few weeds. It's kind of been sharp back here. I was kind of trying to imitate a broad arrow used for hunting and bow and arrow. Anyway, back to this. We're going to use our 36 grit. Remember, I never realized these. I swear I was the first person to put on YouTube. I didn't realize these fit on these grinders. I thought they were for air tools. Harbor Freight. And they're not that expensive. And you can get more done with some of them flapper discs. Okay. Let's talk. More work. We'll come back when this thing's cleaned up. And then we're going to start drawing out a design here. I want it clean, and I'll put a piece of paper on here and draw it out, and then draw my design on paper and have a template. I think you know what I mean. You'll see. Always look for my pictures. I show stuff that I'm not actually videoing. Let's go to work. Okay, we did some cleaning with the disc there. That is why you do not sand against the metal. See that? That didn't hurt the plastic. That is why you don't hit this way when you're spinning. Go off the metal, and I accidentally did it. I did not do it on purpose. So don't sand like this and hit that. Sand where you're going off it. I think you know what I mean. That is 2 inches wide, well, about 5 inches long. Okay, and we will leave that mark. We're thinking about taking our Dremel and cutting a line before we take our big cutter blade. We want this to look the best as we can. But let's turn around and look down this thing. Is that going to be nice? We don't want it wide. We want it narrow. That way it pierces whatever you're sticking in. Quicker, faster, picking up pop cans, pop bottles, trash. That's what I use mine for. Or hiking, whatever use you're going to use. I know it could be a self-defense weapon, of course. That's all you got, but be careful if you ever stick somebody with something, because then you're the bad guy, see? Some guy's in your yard, he's trying to assault you or something. You know what I mean. We're not going to go into the whole politics of that. So there's your disclaimer. I'm not responsible if you make something like this and your little brother pokes himself with it. There. We'll make it simple. There's your disclaimer. I don't have to put it in the writing. What do you think? I'm going for it. This is very hard to find the center. Down there, that's different, but that don't mean that's centered with this up here. So there was probably 6 times I marked this. Of course, we have the belt sander where we can fine tune it. Say one side was wider, we could bring it in. Okay, no chit chat. I just want to show you how easy this is, and this is just a reference line right here. Like, say this is 11 millimeters out here and 11 millimeters out here, and it's the same distance from here to there. I mean, it's just a reference line. There may be one down here in the middle, so don't wonder what is that line for. We're just trying to square it up a little more. Oh, we measure diagonal. We measure from the corner with our dividers. We measure from the corner to here. The same thing on this side. It looks even. So, there. Be sarcastic. It's straight enough. Okay, we're going to get this cut out. It'll probably look better on this side. This will be offset, doesn't matter. I think we're going to have to fill this in to weld this. We have not gotten there to clean any rust out yet. But the vinegar did very well. If I can focus. Very pleased. I think we're going to have to put some thick metal in here. And that means we have to probably curve it. And we're going to have to cut all this jagged stuff out so it comes back to being thicker. We'll cross that road or bridge when we get there. So, back to work. I don't think there's going to be much more talking on here until I am done. So, I'm trying to do some explanation. Always look for the pictures. You'll see something that I have never talked about. Well, what do you think? It's not exact, but I always cut and I leave my line. I did over here a little better. So it's not perfect. I'm going to have it on the belt sander. 2 inch wide, 5 inch long, this whole thing's a foot long. And you know, if I do this just right, can't hardly do this left-handed. I put a knife edge on this, and you can take it off your walking stick. And you can always make something there so it don't poke in the ground. But you can take this off and chop with it. See that? But you can do some bushcrafting with this on a knife edge. And it never got that hot. I used a Dremel to cut one side. I cannot lie. Well, then my blade started spinning. I put a new blade on. It started spinning there. It wouldn't hold. And I just must have had a bad arbor or something. So I just took the big 4.5 inch grinder. So I went up and down pretty quick. So it never got hot enough to... I mean, this thing ain't perfectly straight. This piece right here is not welded on this perfectly straight. But no one's going to notice that stuff. You know, your average person is going to be about that far away looking at it. I like it. Let's get back to work, get this thing cleaned up. We still got to find a handle somewhere. So this is going to be a short video. We've got it made. We'll have another video when we ever fit it to something. So you probably won't see me welding this till it's done welded. You know, and I'll have pictures of what I did if I do weld that shut. Okay. Let's do some cleanup. We'll come back for one final clip. Well, we're done for the day. We did a lot of sanding, grinding, smoothing. We'll be welding this in, putting a patch in there. We do not like that. Look at the extra I got left over. It'd be like 2 inch, kind of like this one. And 3 inch. I can make 2 more spear points and weld onto a shaft or something. You'd always slide a shaft down like a 1/2 inch or 1 inch, and then shape it like this before you weld it. I think you know what I mean. We're out of here. Thanks for watching. The flies are bad today, so we're going to sit back with a fly swatter and try to get a couple of them. Thanks for watching. We're gone.